Londe mi mono. Mama, Aquanama, Londe Mada, Londe Mao, Londe Mada, Londe Ma, Londe Ye, Unamue, Londe Mo, Londe Mo, Abade Bobo, Londe Mo, Abade Bobo, Londe Mo, Abade Bobo, Epunanga, Londe. Ewa, wana ewa, Ununa miwe longo mie, Ekuna wega londe limo, Ya londe manga bade bobo, Anadu bona oga egina, Anadu bona oga egina. Ewa, ana ewa, londe wanuna muye. Ne wera boga egina ye, Tono egana, longe ganyanga, ana egana longo garenye, dua longo bo anama, ana ele lenga bemwe, ya kuna longo miwa, ena wega londe mima, ya londe manga wade ibobo, ya londe manga wade ibobo, ana elo, Ewala, ana ewa, ana ewa, ana elo, elawo, yena we, longo miwa, kunu na miwe, londe mimae, ya dempanga bade ibobo, ana kwetumo, ana adopanywe, malolo na wasanyo, Sandela juwa ba walongo, Engano wale kamobo kabalo ne kubo. Ewa ana ewa londe manu namuye, ana ewa londe manu namuye. Muadanga onganwa daona duale ngabemwe duale kuna boke lunde rubo. Dabalie dilinyangela Deka Ngabebo age lodebo Daba mweda liba mwalo Gayele liba teo Gayele liba wolongo Dale nyarela diwa mwebu Nyangu weda mwengu pre Nyanga diba diga mwenu kwe Gedale ya malongwa bubale ye Kobaleye peraga yetebo. Ya moyo, ke ya mo pagalo mema. Malone kobaleye nga. Ya mo pagbaleye nga. Nwedanga delu morebo. Dade nga badunga ma yango dia. Deja ke ya balungwa we. Ya no wabo baleye nga. Ya no abo wale yenga peraga yedebo. Ewa ana ewa londe manu namuye. Ewa ana ewa londe manu namuye. Analine kwela galo nebo, analine kwela galo nebo, anaelo malono na samyo, malono na samyo, monge ba ega samyo, monge ba ega samyo, monge ba ega samyo. Wanga nyewi ngana, wanga nyewi ngana. Wale kuna mbege elo ne upa, wale na mbege elo ne upa. Alo me yanga yele kamoba, alo me yele biniba. Abalo ne bo abale yanga, abalo ne bo abale yanga, abalo ne bo abale yanga. Yole nyera yolo buena, yole nyera yolo buena, yole nyera yolo buena. Malo ne bo bale yanga, malo ne bo bale yanga, donde buena ye, donde buena ye.
Good evening to want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. Thank you very much for joining us here this evening. I am Afonso Z and Salt of the Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. Welcome to this editions of Friday, Lpr-Tv Live with the Analysts. Let's take a second commitment, commercial commitment, and I'll be right back.
Do you want to share your events with the world? Why not contact us? We are Liberia Public Radio, LPR. We are the specialists in advertisements, commercials, radio and TV services. We have the professionals that can help you sell your products and provide live coverage of all events such as weddings, conventions, graduations, reunions, anniversaries, sports, birthdays, baby showers, religious activities, funerals, and many more. Take your phone right now and call any of the following numbers: 682-433-8802, 267-648-6089, 484-786-3337, or 916-533-2048. Our customer service representatives are waiting to take your calls and give you the needed assistance. It is LPR, the home of excellent media services and your friends in business. Hello listeners, this is Mazola, the lover boy. I'd like to invite you to this exciting program. It is called Dancing for Jesus. It is intended to play beautiful inspirational music to help you turn your life to God. Join me on every Sunday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is our way of showing appreciation to God for the good things He has done for us and continue to do. Don't miss this opportunity. Join Mazola Gizi on every Sunday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the program Dancing for Jesus. Please be there because I will be here to rock it up for you.
Government, it did not meet your core values?
I resign. Before I resign, I issue a 13-page press statement. It's on the internet. If you check, you'll find it. And then the president subsequently called me back into government because at that time, she had sent all the cabinet ministers home for 2 weeks compulsory leave. I was one of those that she called back. And I said, no, I'm not coming back into your government because what I believe you will do is not what you are doing. This country went into civil conflict and over 300,000 people were killed because of bad governance. And I see the same thing
Happening.
being done by you. The same thing is happening.
That's why you told the president?
Yes, in a conversation with her. And I said, thank you, but I'm not coming back to the government. Anything good in Liberia. Louis Brown was National Security Advisor to Charles Taylor, man. That was the time I was tortured.
That seems to me. Good evening. So welcome to the show. I am your host, Alfonso Zin. So right here from the New England Bureau of the Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. For those of you joining us here ever for the first time, we say you are wholeheartedly welcome. You are on the official news outlet of the Liberia Public Radio, holding politicians accountable in their own words, 20 to the last presidential elections. We were able to an opportunity to have some of those that were contesting and keeping those things in our archive. It is very much vital and important to keep track of what is happening, and we will continue to do that. Welcome, Mr. Hodge. William is in the house here this evening. Is this it? Good to have you here. Pee-wee, we are glad to have you as well. James, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on your location as well. Thank you so much. Mo is here. Cable TV, I'm not sure where they are, whether they are based in the USA or in Liberia, wherever you are. We say thank you so much for sharing your evening. And thank you for all what you do for our country, the community, and society. This is a coordinated effort in making sure that our country, the best comes out of our country by having these critical civil conversations, but it must be done proportionally in a context that all will be given the opportunity to express his or her view. No one to not sanction voices. Everybody should be heard. If we are to have vibrant and better to Liberia, we must give everybody, we must open the corridor, we must open the field. Let them tell their success story. Let them tell us how they're going to do it. Why we should entrust them with state power, and ask all of the tough questions. But very suddenly, the media all have to facilitate and undercut. As the result, the ordinary Liberians, the electors become disproportionate in hearing all to make an informed decision. And we saw that happening, and even happening in the media. The media always in a position to polarize the conversation. Wherever the media pivot, it seems to sharpen and reconstruct the case of these politicians. As the result, we all feel it. We want to thank you so much. Today is Friday. It's a very beautiful weather here in the East Coast here, especially in the New England belt, the ocean state of Raleigh is environs, Massachusetts. I'm not sure how your area looks like, but hopefully everything is okay. Today is Friday. Take it easy. A lot is ongoing, a lot is unfolding, and you just want to make sure a lot of crazy thing out there. So make sure you watch your surroundings. You're driving. There'll be some people, even if you have the right of way, they're just there to bulldoze too. But the life you say could be your own or that of a friend. So it is very, very much vital. To the analysts, the link is out there. You are most welcome to join the talking points to have the conversation. That's what we do. Yvonne, good to have you here. Good evening. So welcome as well. We want to thank you so much for being here and your commitment to this network. We cannot overemphasize it. Very much good to have you watching from the ocean. Oh, my man, here you right here in my own ocean state. Okay, maybe we are met, but sometimes, yeah. But let's coordinate. Let's coordinate. Good to have you here. Thank you so much. Please give us a feedback here with respect to what we do, how we do it, what we need to improve. These are very serious things. Venetia, good to have you here. When it comes to our country, and for those of us sit behind the microphone, the society, the community, the country looks up to us. But today's politicians are very calculative. They are very strategic. They want to make life easier for themselves. They have managed to infiltrate the media industry. And so it's a challenge. And so just how the politics view is polarized, the media too is heavily polarized. And this is why you see the proliferations of all of these outlets. They are all the underhand work of the politicians in order for people to be the one to do their dirty work. That I can tell you, because some of us, we were approached and you know what? Somebody got to be used. Somebody got to stand in the gap to make sure the right it is done. Does that mean we are infallible? We are insane? Absolutely not. We are not. But we'll try to do the best we can. So entertainment on this network is the most listening. The only person who tried to bring this sort of entertainment and try to polarize this network to be like a public relations outlet for some of these, for the Goliaths, for the guys who call political leaders, is the liberal progressive and his ally. We consistently continue to stand up to the liberal progressive and his ally because anything that comes from their column is great. Mr. Gray, good to have you here. Good evening. Robert Cephas, good to have you here. Thank you so much. Oh, my man. Oh, you're right in my own Pawtucket here. Are you kidding me? Hey, Pewee. Okay. Good to have you here. So please tell us, give us a feedback, not a feedback of a praise. I'm not a liberal, and this is why he and we can't really get along, because all he is another versions of Donald Trump on this network. And this is why he looks all around to see the comments that are coming from onliners. Anything that favors him, he'll highlight it. He have his guy, he get his crusader. I'm not sure whether Venetia used to be my guy, but for some reason, it looked like the liberal has managed to press in the water and he has tested our water. Clarence, his own, he has drawn himself into it. So, codename Rescue 3. Can you imagine someone who sits on a platform, who's supposed to inform, to educate, open the feed for the conversation, and he becomes selective to the audience, to the viewers, and single out few people? Those are his people. So he programmed his number in such a way that if you're not part of his bare will team, then the phone turns to a Chinese phone. It would never respond. And then he would be yelling, rescue 2, rescue 3, rescue, say, I don't know, he's another, they left the tango him or whatever the situation. and then he will call, and you're going to see these guys start coming. That's the work of the liberal. The so-called progressive. I don't know where, I don't know his actual stand when it comes to some of these things. One day he's on his side, the other day he's on his side. Yesterday he was with Liberty Party. Today we don't know he in multiple places. And so sometimes he talk his tabata. But just how we hold politicians accountable, we all must be held accountable equally, proportionally as well. And so we keep track of what he does on this network.
Things are getting out of hand in Liberia. I'm not too sure why, but from everything that we've been reading, it doesn't look good. It seems like people are just taking matter into their own hands. I'm not too sure. And someone like me, one who supported this government during the campaign heavily here on this LPR platform, we were accused of coming from the southeast and then going all the way to support somebody from the west, from Lofa County. Your crime, man, why you supporting Lofa County, man? Because I believe in the Lofa County, man. I believe he has the ability to lead us. People still calling me and say and make comments like, what you say now? There was no comparison. The young man who was from the southeast were failing or has failed completely. So when the campaign time came, I've lifted his policy and I lifted the promise policy from the man from Lofa County, and I fell within myself that the man from Lofa County policy was something that I need to talk about and something that I need to support. And I did that. So those of you that are calling me, continue to call. People supposed to be the one to produce, to do the oil product, what have you. You lie, you're giving something important like that. You go insert lie into it, and he has to speak it up because you give it to him. And that's the one going about. People running away now because you lie. You are on intellectuals. You lie, and this is what we.
That's the liberal. That's the liberal. That's the liberal. That's the liberal progressive. He's in multiple places. Nothing is guaranteed with him. Folks, welcome to the show. We're about to get this ball rolling right here. So, folks, the link is already out there, and I'm going to activate this line as soon as possible as well. You can also participate. Do not just leave this conversation with us because it's about our country. It's about all of us. So it is very, very, very vital for us to have this conversation. We want to welcome our own correspondent and hard-working star based in the West African state of the Republic of Liberia, Paulina Copart. Good morning. Good to have you. Thank you for all what you do. To Mr. Dia Isia Brown. Good evening. Good to have you. So what? Let's get the ball rolling until they can come through. Too much is ongoing. I'm going to put this number here. I want to give you the opportunity here, watching from AR Fire Boulevard. Sissy Goya, another trouble man. AR Fire. We want to say over. What's in front? Roland here in Tucson, Arizona. Okay, one of the strong ally of the liberal progressive is a Minnesota politician. He's a clergy guy, but you know, the politics is came from the origin here. So if you look at the scripture, is grounded in politics. So I don't know whether he's a spiritual advisor, one of the outside advisor to the president. We don't know that yet. We cannot say. We are hearing they are talking to him. They are having a good conversation. They've been having the robocall. They've been having the video conference. So probably they are in the process of closing the deal. But sometimes he falls apart with his guy here, is liberal. So, yeah, he sees someday you know him today, you don't know why he's like tomorrow. But he's very passionate about what is going on in Liberia. And you also have that discussions in context. Let me bring in our man, Terry Collins. As a senior analyst of the Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv, he based in Minneapolis, Minnesota, is here this evening. I believe he's sending a message to his liberal to join him because they usually communicate behind the scene. And then he either comes first or the liberal. Then the breaking. Sissy, he and nobody that are too friendly. So that's why he can't even get any party. Any party he go to when they yobo taking, then they kicking out. Then next thing he jump in the Facebook with his fake cow tail from Walmart or Kmart, put it on layaway for the last 1 year. Then he said he dancing. He tries to comfort himself. So I kind of went closer to him, but he's not. Here, people can't. You're not today. You don't know what is second. But let me bring in Tara here for us to have a conversation, and hopefully the rest can join. Tara Collins is joining me live from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and is a senior analyst of the Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. Mr. Collins, good evening and welcome.
Good evening, Mr. So. Good evening to the panel.
Are you in Washington, D.C. for the All Liberian Conference?
Not exactly, but I did watch the program.
Oh, they didn't send your invitation. I thought they had an invitation for you.
No, I'm not in the people government, Mr. So.
No, you don't have. It's to say All Liberian Conference, so you don't have to be in the government. But I mean, probably somebody deceived me and said, "Oh, they said they saw you boarding. Oh, your God. Oh, so you going?" So I said, "Where?" He said, "Oh, sir, Terry already on a flyer and his briefcase. I don't know the same people." I said, he may not in the picture, or they don't know all again. So, okay. Yeah, I really didn't have a chance to see any of that. But how was it like? Well, for the part, the one that you saw?
Well, myself did not really pay attention to all of the things, but I think the president spoke very well. Whether if he meant it, that's a different ball game. And but the crowd was not many. The people, I think it was a precise, selective group of people that was to that program, which I want to believe most of them were somehow partisan people. They were selective, and I really don't think it was a real mix with opposition versus, and I really did not see wherein the people had the opportunity to ask the president questions. He just mounted and spoke. But the program itself was successful. In order that, the only thing that took my attention was Tomo Fala. I think Tomo Fala was the guy who swayed, in the political direction and made things to look a bit more different, because the journalist asked him some questions, and he said he's not a partisan. He's an independent.
When you start being independent.
Today, they interview him, but journalists that interview him, he said he's an independent.
Tomo Fala?
Yeah.
Let me bring in Dr. Marley Jones. When the real independent surface would know that.
We are the independent, so we are the free thinker. Tomo Fala says he's a free thinker. But I don't want to believe, because he says he's a free thinker. We are the independents. We are the independent.
You independent now?
Oh, but from the time I came on the network, I told you I'm independent. Go back, go play my something. On the initial stage, I have not changed that.
Initially, your talking was most likely independent. But as time went by, you got initiated. I don't know whether they gave you the bottle too or whatever it is. and the train just derailed, and you just became the Terry that I knew, who was calling in and making some really critical contribution. Man, bro, you just changed overnight. I
No.
don't know. I don't know why the independent coming. So it looked like I don't know you and Keto now who is independent, but anyway, that's and I think we need to talk about that because I think we had our conversations, and to be honest, you raised some concern about that with respect to how this program going to be there. We don't know how it look like. Whether the first day we're going to see how it look. But Dr. Male, good evening. Good to have you.
Yeah, good evening, CEO. Menaga, how are you, sir?
Yes, sir, Dr. Mali. Good to see you back again, man.
Yep.
Okay, so I know you guys are going to jump on your own tabata, but it's in full swing, and I hope maybe after that they will talk to us. I try to some extent, Mr. Goya, they have the person, the individual that was designated to head this whole diaspora, Erasmus William, in your own state, to we offer a free public relation to come
Mr.
and
Goya is there, right?
no, I mean, say how to even talk to him or so before he got back to me. I mean, he Erasmus. That is the frustration in this whole thing. But I think I want to be very grateful to Dr. Don. With the shortest time we connected with him, he was able to come here and he appeared here. I was just about to. Hey, Victor, Dr. Maria, your own man, you were about to just ask for Dr. William. Veronica, good to have you. Caroline, good evening. Good to join us here to whatever you guys watching, whether here in the USA, Europe, or Liberia. Good morning, good afternoon. Good to have you here. And hopefully you continue to follow us. We also would like to get your feedback. But let's talk about it here. The process is still ongoing. It has not been conclusive, but quite interesting though. Terry, I think 2029, there's something really interesting. My guess, the diaspora community, the county organization, or diaspora as a whole will be maybe, probably a deciding factor comes 2029. Diaspora is where the resources come from. People here, they influence people, they talk to people. When they raise the money, you got to get the money. We saw what happens even now. The sitting president, good money was raised. You have the sitting president here in Washington D.C. next to Donald Trump. Billy, I don't know. He's supposed to be in Philly. Benedict Alexander Cummings going to Atlanta, Georgia. George, we are our understanding. He also coming here. Why are they coming here? What are they coming for? And one of the things I really wanted to ask in that place if I gone there, but because the arrangement was that sort of zigzag, I asked one of them, "Are you coming?" So I say, "Where?" They say DC. So I say, "Are you going?" He say, "Yeah." I say, "How are you going?" Or flying. So I say, "Oh, so me, I will, I will walk. I'm gonna take my a friend may say bagay and they put them on my head. No, it doesn't work that way. But I hope, and I'm not sure whether that question would be raised. And you heard Dr. Dons and even the president, the significant contributions of a diaspora, which have other neighboring country. I think it has reached a part that a diaspora in Liberians, whether here in Europe or other places, they must create the avenues so that our voices, if they can come here to raise money, they can come here to talk to all, they can come here for us to support them. What our dual citizenship in place, I don't have to go to Liberia to vote if I'm a citizen. Look, and this is where my frustration came from with all of this conference. Washington, D.C., that's not a suitable place for us. And we are hearing some of the figure that are attached to the hosting of that conference. So that was enough of money that you have decentralized it in order to get, if they really wanted to hear from us, they really wanted to be part of us. I mean, the luxury of time they have there, that's not what you and myself here. You got to put in time, vacation. Going to Washington, D.C. is not going to cost you less than maybe $1,000. You're going to fly. You got to get a rental car. You got to get a hotel. You will be paying toll. So how many people that are living from hand to mouth, how many people, let's be honest. And that's what I talked to some of them in the Bible, for however that planning went. If they are decentralized, maybe into 4 zones, you look at the East Coast here, you look at the Midwest side there, and maybe the Minnesota, the Iowa, North Dakota, people who have made a sacrifice to meet at a particular place, and then you will hear from them. I thought even, let me bring in Moses here, because I follow the diaspora festivals of the Sierra Leoneans, Ghanaians, and other African countries that have similar thing, but in different contexts. What they do, they have these meetings around. They gather some information, and those information, they package them, and it becomes the center of conversation. Because by then they are heard from people. If they come, they hear something from me, they hear it from you, they hear it from Dr. Mali, they hear it from Moses. More or less, it become a cardinal, it become a burning issue of the community. But that didn't happen. Even though they say they did a survey, we don't know who those people they talk to. What are they going to be here? They take the Omen to the Omen. Rhode Island is the Omen home base. Well, use Trinity United Trinity Church here can hold up to 500 people plus. And we're being quiet. They will listen to the import of diaspora.
Don't you think it was a presidential protocol for the president, because the president is stopping in DC, so that why the whole entire conference was restricted to DC area?
Who president stopping in DC?
The president was hosted in DC, right?
Yeah, the UNG, whatever he came for, that's DC. But he was in my stay here for a length of period of time before going there.
Right.
So I don't think, Terry, I don't think that's
you got a point.
I don't think, because if you were in Minnesota, you will have the time to raise your finger to ask questions. How many of those people will really ask the questions that will represent you and myself? Like you said, from what we see, more or less, it's just going to be the same old partisan. The same way CDC do. CDC will enjoy with those who enjoy. We are coming. You only see the blue barrier setting when you see them flying plenty now. And you can't even. Nobody knows what happened. They shouldn't do that. And I don't know. I don't think. Anyway, we're gonna get into it. Morris, good evening. Welcome.
Thank you, CEO. Thank you, Mr. Thor.
Are you in Washington D.C.? You in Washington D.C.?
No, sir. I'm home.
You're home?
Yes, I'm home. I'm not in D.C.
Why are you home?
Well, it's my home. That's where I live. No, I'm home, and
okay, guys, let's get a ball rolling. I think the house is in full. Let's go around the table and pick up what is in your mind, what you have to say, what you make of our country, diaspora conference, non-diaspora conference. George Calando, I listened to his interview. I'm like, oh my goodness, why people expect to know better, they can do some dumb stuff and think that he literally indicted himself. Terry, let's hear from you. What is the news? What is in your political playbook this evening? What is so much concerning to you?
Well, there are a lot of things on the docket, and one of those is what you just stressing now, the diaspora, conference. And I don't know whether if it's a conference or is a political setup for President Boakai re-election. I don't know, because from what I see, I think that's what it is. And you raise a very good point. Why are all these guys running to America? It's because they know exactly, former President Weah know exactly what the diaspora did for the elections for JMB that caused him to win today. And if JMB ignore the weight that the diaspora put behind him to win the election, all of that, his re-election plan for 2029 will not be successful, because all of what I'm seeing and sensing, I think he's going to run again. if he have good health. I really think because the prospects I'm seeing him laying is a sign that he want to go for the second term. But whether if Jeremiah Kun is ready for that, I think that is where the politics is going to play. My concern also have to do with an alleged gossip, even though the pastor doesn't sort of be gossiping, but we on a political TV. Yeah, that Kuga.
Putting the Bible aside, my goodness, wow.
We hear that Kuga. Kuga went to President Weah to bid him, sympathy for the burning of his house, which I think is a sign. There's an alley is alleged that Kuga is working his way to the running mate position. Gossip again, as it is, political gossip.
Anything can happen.
I hope that is not true.
Look, who don't? Oh, you don't want him to be vice president? Why you? I who here when they call me and say can't go. I don't care what say Dr. Mario. I will go. I'll put on my coat suit. I'll get my briefcase. Who don't want to be in the prize, Terry? What are you talking about? You know what it means to be within the proximity of a
picky. I don't think President Weah will make that mistake. President Weah cannot make that kind of mistake. That would be a huge mistake that CDC would make to carry Kuga as running mate. A very huge mistake.
Okay, hold that, Dr. Mario. Hold that to your chest. I don't know because it looks like you're playing something here. I don't think you're doing CDC favor here. Where Mr. Welcome. But let me come to Dr. Mali. Good to have you here. What is happening in today's world in Liberia? Well, the liberal, you see, today is Friday. Maybe the liberal slaughter on your goat right now. You see, when you're not on that, then you're on your goat.
Yeah,
are you there, Dr. Mali?
Yeah, are you hearing me?
Yeah, much better.
All right. I think my main focus will be on the United Nations conference, the annual rituals that bring the third world president as well as the developed president together. And I will have something to say about that. But my main concern is this diaspora thing tonight. I think why is it true that this whole diaspora arrangement may have got good intentions? I see it to be heavily politicized, and I want to classify it as Unity Party stroke diaspora project. And this has helped to disenfranchise so many people who probably may have wanted to take this thing to heart and pay homage to this conference. So I think Dr. Don, he meant well, but it's like the rest of them, they have something under their sleeves. By and large, they're all looking for a job. But I think the government getting into this arrangement, it was not necessary at all, because now we have a diaspora office in the office of JNB. Then we have a diaspora office in the foreign ministry. We have two there. Then you have EULA, the original diaspora entity, is sitting one side. Now we have the diaspora conference. When you go to their website, it's all the Unity Party leaders sitting down there. So it's a very serious problem. Yes, I think it has been politicized, and its objective, I don't know whether it will be achieved, because assuming Unity Party is off the rail or Unity Party is no longer in power, those two offices at the executive mansion, they're going to be shut down. The whole diaspora conference thing is going to be shut down because these are government projects. And in my mind, the direction the men of God were coming from, I think we should have getting neutral people from all over to form this thing, and the government can sponsor it, and the government get out of the picture. You see? So it's almost like Unity Party stroke diaspora project going on here. And those who are in the interest of the Unity Party, they may not be part of this whole bandwagon that is moving with over very serious fee of a budget of 200,000 for this conference. So Dr. Don probably he's looking for job as well.
Okay, let's see that. Okay, Dr. Mali is here. Let's go to most Delaware, the Valley of Delaware area here. Most, you heard Terry, you heard Dr. Mali. Let's hear you.
Well, good evening, gentlemen, and I tend to share some of the sentiments of both Terry and Mali, and also you, CEO, as far as the diaspora conference was concerned. I think my last trip to Liberia, I heard through the grapevine that the analysis from the last election suggested that over $700 million was raised by the diaspora for the last election, which is close to what, 85% of the Liberia entire budget. And if the diaspora, we're talking about all the candidates being supported collectively, over $700 million were raised and sent to Liberia. So if the diaspora has such a powerful, revenue for that country, looking at the future of the country, and that the president spoke at the time, as president-elect spoke and said that the diaspora play a pivotal role in the elections, and he wants to be inclusive of the diasporal ideas in the government and the rebuilding effort of Liberia. Knowing all of those things, I think I would have suggested a different approach to this diaspora conference that would be inclusive and not just selective of certain people. We know that this guy, they call Erasmus Williams, was one of the top dogs of the Unity Party. Okay, and he's been in Liberia ever since. So we're looking at him still representing Unity Party, him and Doyen, Tapia Doyen. They were the two who were heading the Unity Party in the U.S. and Canada together. And so when you see those names associated with the diaspora, then you've got to raise your eyebrow a little bit and say, what happened? I think that if they want to, I really want to know what the diaspora, because what I'm hearing in the air is that the diaspora conference was basically to invite Liberians who wanted to go and invest in Liberia. Now, if you really want people to invest in Liberia, then you cannot restrict it to certain individuals and have it at a site where there's a certain amount of people that can come.
So we're going to go into detail. Everybody will be able to chip inside. Okay, guys, good evening. Good to have you. So we're going to be getting reaction from our onliners. That's their way of participating. Some don't like to call, but I will also put the award. And Caroline is making a contribution here this event, I believe, in reaction to Collins. How can Koga, who couldn't win his own senatorial seat without the vice president, be irrelevant to CDC? That TK is a lightweight. Wow, that means it doesn't even get no. I will not get no. Okay, all right, guys. So we're gonna have a conversation, but something also was catching today because my mom, may her soul rest in peace. I saw something today, and I didn't know. Like my first time hearing this gentleman singing. I don't know whether he went to singing school. What was it? But he was somehow directing in the background, singing and all of that. Like, oh wow, I have not seen the other side of this. But overall, he was in a celebratory mood, which of course, if it had been me, I would do the same thing. But let's watch his tone, because when he hosts a concert, sorry to say, only he and maybe his wife, they will only be at that concert. But today, I want to give it to him because he was celebrating someone very, very special. Because myself and when I see, I like, oh, okay. Anyone who loves his or her mother, then you are my good friend. But let's share this birthday celebratory where our man came to be, our man turned to be like son from Amos here. Let's see here. What here?
Rama like that. Rama. But you gotta change the style. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That one here will get tired.
Okay, Mo.
Don't call my name.
Which singing screen went on? Which singing screen went on, man?
Are you serious? Mr. So, you didn't do this. What? That was not me.
Happy birthday, Miss.
I don't even know what that means.
That's the old man. You spotted the old man. Why you don't to get play that music? Boy, your voice was fading like
the voice interrupted the music. We didn't even enjoy the music.
No, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate
wow,
you.
That's a beautiful.
Well, we want to say, look, when I saw that today, I said, oh, you won't believe a tear came from my eye. I like, oh,
yeah,
it's a blessing to still have a mind around.
For me too.
It's a blessing, and I really appreciate what you did, even though your voice was bad. But I gave this one to you by cheering her up, by celebrating her, making her to feel happy, making her to have that sort of free therapy start of her day. That was great. How is she doing, by the way?
She's doing very well, thank you. She worked hard today. She sat up for a long time, and she danced a while. We play a lot of songs, and we were dancing.
Yeah. So my said to her, those songs tell you, I saw him going there, like, those days.
She used to dance that song a lot, and plus many other songs, and so she was a mover. People who knew when she was okay, and she's doing fine. She got a peace of mind, and I can tell you, God has been great to us here. We've not had any serious issues with her and all that kind of stuff like that. And she stayed around. She loves the happiness. She loves being at home. She sees people. Her grandkids come here. She sees her daughter-in-law. She sees people come here, and she's the first to see them and say hi to them with a smile on her face. So, and that's view of that is so important to life. And she's not depressed. She's not on any depressive medication, nothing whatsoever. I can tell you that. And the doctor, we got a clean health report when we went in, I think a month ago, for her annual visit.
Okay.
Thank you.
We just thought that all of these services that we're meeting when it is sort of memorable day for any of us, any of our colleagues, we just like to spotlight that as well. So we want to say a happy birthday to the Oma. What you go for the Oma? What you feel for the Oma or the Madam?
My man, I don't want to. Let's leave that one there for.
Okay.
The Tobagio, the Diesel, the Dow, everything is up.
Yeah, man, went to Lofa anyhow today. Yeah, Lofa man and Lofa man.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
You
Okay,
can't
guys.
celebrate birthday without Tomagi.
Let's have the
Okay.
conversation. I believe our guy from Liberia, Mike Dan, is trying to join us. Hopefully it goes well. Folks, tell what we do here. Okay, let's start first here. Terry, why that is so much important, share with us, let the other folks have the opportunity. Your talking point.
Well,
Why is so
yeah,
significant?
about Koga.
Yeah, why are you?
Yeah, Koga. You see, if former president we are carrying maybe what her name, that lady from the lady who lost to Koga, Edith Gongo were, it will make more sense than to carry Koga. Because like what the lady said, or Caroline Nyimpa, Koga was helped by what his name, Jeremiah Kuhn. So the battle against Edith Gongo were was not just Koga alone. It was a factor with a lot of people who helped boost his momentum for him to win that thing. But unfortunately, unfortunately he won. So he cannot prove himself to be able to stand alone and fight and win Nima County. You need somebody that can win Nima County. That's why, to me, Jeremiah Kuhn have gained more popularity over the last 2 years than ever in his entire lifetime. And I think right now, Jeremiah, I think right now,
Mike, you gotta why you can't? You gotta lower your audio.
I'll be right back. All right, I gotta take a call.
Hello.
Yeah, you gotta put it up because you got the audio.
Yeah, I don't have anything playing around me.
So what? Yeah.
Are you hearing me now, Mr. So? Are you getting me now?
We're hearing you. But
okay. What?
I'm getting echo from you.
Oh, I think no, where I'm at. There's a room you got an echo. Maybe that one. How you guys doing?
We okay.
Okay, that's good. I've been following the show and just wanted to participate.
Yeah, but let me see what I can do on the phone because it's not good.
My audio is still not good.
Yeah, we're getting. If I move you, we'll talk. Terry, getting me right?
Yeah.
And when you talk, it's okay. But when I him, you see that. So, can you call me?
Okay, no problem, Mr. So. Okay, no problem.
Let's see if we get it. We don't want the audience to be something. Yeah, okay, Terry, carry on.
Yeah, so Jeremiah Kuna, because many people don't understand that they got a lot of Nibayans also in Monserrato County. Let's just forget about Nima County for itself. And right now, Jeremiah political capital is building up. All right. Jeremiah got a lot of young people in Monserrato County that is gravitating to him. All right. Then his momentum traditionally in Nima County. So with Koga, I think, and for me, I would be happy for former president we have to even carry Koga. Because I know when you carry Koga is not a good ticket for him. But if he carry or Edith, if he does carry Edith, it's a threat. So in my opinion, but whether if former president we all have good rapport with Edith, I don't know during the election what went wrong. But again, that particular slot, anybody will want to go with former president we are on a ticket because he have a political capital that is set. So I thought that was something concerning, and things that are for me to talk about.
No, Dr. Malley, you want to chime into Terry's talking point? I don't know why Koka would not be someone. Koka he came from a demographic too. But why would it be so soon? I thought Coca should be in the corner with the Unity Party. So what went wrong?
Well, I think the pastor prophecy at this time, maybe he's seeing some things that we cannot see.
Oh, spiritually, right?
And spiritually, the pastors are like that. There are so many things they
No,
see. They
it's not a
foretold
rapture
that we
prophecy.
don't know about. But here is the thing. Building a coalition with Georgia now would be one of the most devastating in our society. Georgia is incapable or unable to manage coalition. Yes. So it's a good idea, but Georgia need to be told, or he needs some technical training when you talk about coalition, because it's like at first he will present smile to get you in, then time to share the cake, he put on a boxing glove. You don't run the coalition like that. He did it to Joe Howard Taylor, you see. But let's come back to Kuhn. You may mention his need that his prospects are very fine. I don't know whether the people in Cape Mount know this guy. I don't know whether the people in Bassa already know this guy. I don't even know whether the people in Mike Gibby, even though he passed there to go to Nima, know this guy. So it appears the guy constituency is only limited to Nima County. You see, I'm not talking about the Southeast. So Koga, I'm sure he's trying to play his game to be out of number 2. But we got to be careful because some of the number 2 can break you down. And some of the number 2 can actually build you up. You see? And Georgia now he's on record for actually mismanaging coalition.
Okay.
So I just want to start there for now. Yes.
Okay, let's see here. Our man Mike Down try coming via video, but the audio to echo, so he's on the phone from the nation's capital this early morning. Mike Down, are you there?
Yes, good morning, Mr. So. How are you this hour? I'm here.
Okay, good to have you here. Welcome. Thank you for all what you do. Let's hear what's the latest from the nation's capital, where the punches are coming from.
What Monrovia is quite good at this hour. Sorry, strategically located somewhere and in a very big compartment. I think this is why the echo is keep building up. So as a bungalow or what? This is why the echo is so heavy, but never mind. But Moreover is good. Usually there's the normal rigmarole in Monrovia. Yesterday there was the issue of drug now is a talk of the town. So yesterday there was a huge arrest made by the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, LDAA, of a drug that was banned as illegal in Liberia. It's called tramadol. I don't know whether you guys know that, but tramadol.
Oh yeah.
It's a syntactic drug which youth here used to take normally. So recently it was banned not to be imported into Liberia. But yesterday, unfortunately, there was an arrest made of 40 cartoons, which was on a petrol tanker between Liberia and Sierra Leone. And that petrol tanker belongs to one of Liberia's businessmen, Mr. George Kalano, though he has distanced himself from being associated with the drug tramadol, which they say worth around 50,000 US dollars. In an interview with Liberia Public Radio, also, he vehemently said that he is not a person who will be dealing with petty business, as he put it. $50,000 job is not such a business he will be involved with. He described it as a petty business and said that the investigators should continue the investigation to know who is the real owner of the drug. And one of the driver of the tanker, one Class C, Cassie, is in police custody now, pending investigation. The tramadol and other drugs have been frequently coming from Sierra Leone. You know, Liberia and Sierra Leone has a common border. Some of the border points are very porous. Sometimes there have been illegal substances coming from them. So that's one of the training issues. Of course, earlier this week, President Joseph Nyuma Boaka addressed the UN high-level panel, pledging commitment about supporting gender equality and other issues. Yeah. Again, during this week, early on Wednesday morning at about 2 a.m. Liberian time, the home of former President George Weah was gutted by fire. That's not the current home that he resides. It is his Nashville resident home in central Monrovia. It was gutted by fire. But the police, according to what we followed, they were denied, not the police, but the fire service was denied access into the building to quench the fire. We did not know what actually happened, but according to preliminary investigation, the fire started from the bedroom of former President Weah, even though there were some photographs coming, showing the bedroom, but some fact checker has said no, the images or the image that came out was not actually a bedroom of former President George Weah. As you guys were discussing, Mr. So, Nema County Senator Senator Koga, as you know, he and the Vice President have not been on good terms. So recently there were some traditional elders that were dispatched from Nema to come and settle the issue between the two, but that issue has not been settled. However, Senator Koga has opted that the issue should be settled in Nema and not in Monrovia. You know, Nema is traditionally entrenched when it comes to politics, so he has opted that the issue should be settled in Nema and not in Monrovia. But apparently, traditionally, but he said that the issue, it shouldn't be issue of public, it shouldn't be politicized. It should be
Mike.
Yeah.
Quickly here, just to also keep our audience up. Is there any type of what is this issue? Any idea?
Yes, so there have been some political disagreement between Senator Koga and VP Jeremiah Kuhn. It started after the death of the late Prince Yomi Johnson, where Koga was elected. But initially, Koga opted to be the senator to replace Jeremiah Kuhn. Then Senator Nya Twaya was running, and VP Kuhn did not support Koga. And during that time, the late Prince Johnson supported Koga, but Koga did not win. And then it came on, they both reconciled, and unfortunately, Prince Johnson passed off, and then Koga went for election. He was representative of District Mafia, Buya District Nimba, and then he decided to go for the senatorial post to replace the late Senator Prince Yomi Johnson. And he went, and the VP Coons overwhelmingly supported him, and he was successful in that election. However, when time went on, that when Koga became senator, Coons said that one Cattle Kwagru should be the representative to replace Koga. However, from our investigation and speaking with some locals in Nimba, that did not go well with Koga, because Koga said he had some people, he had someone who is trust to support, but the VP has used his power to override his decision, and that how that issue has been ongoing, and they both been a local here for some period of time now. Even when he spoke on the local radio station, Senator Koga, that the VP is unilaterally taking decision in the country. He has taken himself to be the political godfather of Nimba. And that same sentiment has been spread by the political leader of the CMC, Representative Musa Asambiriti, who are also said that Kong is travelized in Nimba. Yeah.
Okay, just hold on there. Let me bring in the guys. Maybe they might have a follow-up question. And that was a lot here. So, Terry.
Yes, sir.
I know you listen to Mike. Do you have any question for him or anything that he needs to clarify?
Yeah. So, what do you need? Can you confirm that Koga went to the former president's house to bid him sympathy upon the fire incident?
I cannot confirm that, but our reporter has said that since the fire incident, there have been some empathy or sympathy expressed with the former president, George Weah. Even we heard that night or early morning, Liberian time, we heard the current chairman of the Congress for Democratic Change, the CDC, Janga Ko, expressing some deep concern that the fire incident should be investigated, since indeed it was started at the bedroom. He said it was so concerning. So, but unfortunately, another report we've heard that indeed the fire service did not have the access to go in and quench the fire within the building.
So a follow-up question real quick. So are you saying also, I would like to know if President Weah was in the house during the fire incident or he came from his rehab property? Are you aware of that too?
The president was not in the house. The former president was not in the house, as some of our colleagues who went on the scene reported he was not on the scene. He was unharmed as a result of that, because from our witnesses, the fire started from the bedroom. You know, the Nashville resident is not the main dwelling place of the former president. You know that
Correct.
the rehab area is a main dwelling area. So the 9th property was recently, just before he could leave power, was upgraded to a status that something around $2 million was spent to upgrade it. So, but it's not the main residency of the former president. He usually resides in a rehab build.
Okay. Most?
Yeah, well, I didn't listen to the whole commentary from the brother, so I'd like to, waive the opportunity to ask him questions because just, I watched some things and some of the things that Terry was trying to acquire. I think I put something on the website of an eyewitness who was there who helped to put the fire out and gave some explanation that in fact they were there when the truck came with the siren. One pickup truck with a siren brought the former president, to the scene of the fire. He wasn't there originally, and they restricted people from going into the fence. The first fire truck came, the second fire truck came before they had the opportunity to go in there. And those guys said they had called them, the security. He said no one was in the house. The eyewitness said no one was in the house when it caught on fire. And that the security, they in fact alerted the security that there was smoke coming out. And before the security went in and checked. So,
But has anybody, are they determine the cause of that?
well,
Why the people were stopped from entering?
the thing about it is that, that's the mystery that people would have to answer to. I'm not sure why they should take special time to investigate. Is it because he's a former president and the house was not occupied at the time? According to the eyewitnesses, the security was sitting outside the fence. They were not even in the house, and no one was in the house until the guys from the outside who sat out there and always sit outside and have conversations saw some kind of smoke, and then alerted them to go in. So had it happened to somebody else, they would not say they need investigation, but because he's former president, now they need investigation.
I think, yes, you're very right. That's exactly what happened. And like I indicated, that property is not a mean residence of former President George Manuel Weah. So it was upgraded recent time, and it has not been really occupied by the former president. On one occasion, he said that our property was owned by his son, a U.S. citizen, with Liberian U.S. born citizen Timothy Weah, his son, 25-year-old son, who is playing for the American senior national team. So even though later on it was also revealed that he is the owner of the property and not his son.
Okay. All right. Mike, thank you so much. Let's go back to these guys. We hope to see the what is it? I listened to something. I don't know, for some reason I tried to send it to myself and I just got distracted with phone call, but that is on YouTube. There's some analysis with some sort of news. That analysis is so critical, both the government, the opposition, how it will turn like. But anyway, thank you so much. You can still stick there. Let's return to baseline. Keta, good evening. Welcome.
Good evening, CEO, and I'd like to say good evening to the rest of the panelists. It's nice being on the show tonight. And I would also like to say hi to Mike, who gave a very detailed information from Liberia. Splendid work. Thank you, Mike.
Okay. All right. Let's come to, I think Terry. Terry had his point, his argument. Is there anybody want to chime in on
So
Terry's?
I want to chime in, CEO. I want to chime in. There are some of the allegations, statement made from some of the panelists and people. So I followed the fire incident when it first was announced by Spoon, and then we start calling around and we were able to get some first-hand information. So the president was not at his 9th Street residence. The president was at another location. People, even the security didn't even see the fire. The people who were sitting on the other side, like saw smoke coming from the fence, and they tried to alert the security. And then the security, went down there. After a while, they called the president. President came and asked people to help go in there and cut the fire off. After they cut the fire off, then the fire service truck came. At that time, Moses Akara's Gray and some of the CDC scouts was there. So they were there, and they cut the fire off. The fire service truck, first truck came, it malfunctioned, the hose could not work, and that fire truck left. And another truck came, and they were given access to the resident. And when they asked the president question concerning the fire, and the president explained to them what he knew, and then they left. The police was there, everything left. So so far that was it. The president said he knew nothing about, what caused the fire. Because one of the questions I asked, do you know what caused the fire? The president said he doesn't know. That's why they need investigation. And then we heard that the chairman put up a statement through, CDC, and he said it was an attempt, assassination on the president's life. Like we said on the show the other day, that when you're thinking about fire disaster in a fortified environment like that, it will make sense for the fire to start from in where people do cooking, kitchen. Especially it has been confirmed that the president was not in his house. Who was in the house? Nobody knows. Why did the fire start from the bedroom, not in the kitchen? Who knows? So that way it calls for investigation. I will not jump to conclusion to say it was an attempted assassination or what, but it calls for investigation, thorough investigation. When police went there today, they didn't give them access to the house because don't forget, that's the home of the former president. There are a lot of political speculation in the country. The police, partisan police, the police there. So people will be, kind of skeptical to allow police to enter the president residence, knowing the history of the police when it comes to CDC at this stage in our country. So, well, everybody taking precaution. You know what? We don't know what they're going to put there. We don't know what's going to happen. So, okay. The police are waiting for the independent expert people to go and do the investigation. Let them go and do it. Mr. Moses, don't forget, Joe Weah is not a common citizen. He's the past immediate, the most loved person in our country. And one of the most important person in our society. So, so there's nothing. If you say, why didn't do it to the common person, they do it to the person? Because he's the past immediate. I know you people won't bring him down so much, you won't erase him. He will never be erased. And I think it was just how you feel when people touch the block out here a little bit. Everybody can get in the feelings. When you talk to Weah as a man, the country property. Let us respect him from that.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Keto. Dr. Mali?
Yes. It's sad to know that at this time, they said the so-called leading political party still continue to practice this banana republic politicking in Liberia. When there is this incident, I don't see why the party hierarchy will come up to craft a statement suspiciously and come to the conclusion that the president life or honor attack. These are the banana republic tactics. We need to get away from these things. CDC would need to get away from these type of banana republic type of maneuvering. It's not working for the country. And secondly, obstructing investigation. You see, if even you don't like Joseph Boakai, give the society and the government a chance to carry on a judicious investigation fairly. You see, but if you want to classify the fire department to be Joseph Boakai Fire Department, and so they're not capable, respect should be done. You see,
So that was not a good thing at all. CDC hierarchy should get chance to government to function. They are the sitting government, whether CDC like it or not. Joe, we are there, we gave him the respect. So when the fire department went in, despite their condition, gave them access to do this investigation and come up with a conclusion. And if you are not satisfied, a former sitting president have got a lot of money under his sleeves. You can come to the United States and get fire people to go down there, because in the first place, that building was constructed few hours into the presidency, and it's been characterized that it was government funding. So that could indirectly be government structure. All right. So we don't want to take the thing critical, but let's be fair and balanced with the issue. And just go straight to the hierarchy.
Mr. So, can I
Yeah,
just
hold on, Ketra. Let me finish.
Yeah. Yes, we are running a government in Liberia, and we can have another arm try to institute the banana republic tactic and strategy. I yield.
Let me come in for
Moses. Yeah, Moses. Ketra, you make a point. Let people talk.
let me let my young brother know that when I speak in this place, I speak based on my experiences and what have you. I'm going to make reference to stuff.
Go ahead. Listening. I'm just off the stream for 30 seconds. But yeah, go ahead.
I made reference to exactly what he said prior to him coming on about the security guards being outside and no one was in the property. Now, let me make this specific. I went to Liberia in 2013. That building had been abandoned for a while. When I got there 2013, the building was right across the street from the Ministry of Justice. That's how I know that, because I went to the Ministry of Justice and I was doing some assessment for the minister. And then people told me, oh, the house over there from upstairs, oh, that's Josh Weir house. It was overlooking the beach. They had a little soccer field in the back and a basketball court. And it was not that big of a construction. It was a very little house. And so recently they did some renovation to the property. There could have been a 40 wiring in that building that could have caused the fire. So when we talked about the fire department coming in, only the fire department can investigate. And the people refused to allow the fire department, according to the eyewitness, the first time. They refused to allow the fire people to come in. They went and started taking sand. They, according to the same eyewitness who saw the fire, the smoke, and reported it to the people. I mean, these are the guys right there on the website, the story I'm listening to. I'm only narrating what I heard from that story. And then they went and started to take sand from outside, because there's a beach, there's a sand pile in the back with the soccer field. And when they started to take sand to put in the place to out the fire. This is from an eyewitness statement. I'm not saying they say. It's on the video. It's in the recording. It's right on the show. So, like Dr. Miley said, we need to begin to look at the situation in Liberia from the perspective of the new leadership, give them a chance to either make themselves look bad or let them do their work. You cannot link fire department, police department, every other department in the government and say that they're Baka people. That is so unheard of in any nation. You can't do that as a leader. If you want to be a leader, you need to be open, just like you're serving the people. When the people elect you, you serve them. You serve everybody. You're president for everybody. Baka, the Excellency Baka is the president for the Republic of Liberia that includes Josh Weir now. Okay? So we need to respect those things and not always come up with these mucky rent, like Dr. Miley said, Banana Republic innuendos. We need to sit down and have an open mind and don't let our emotions, because the guy said the first person they saw a truck, and they specifically asked him, was anybody in the house? He said no. only the security guard. They said, who else came after George Weah? They specifically said it was Fanati Kofa and the former foreign minister. Those are the two persons that came, and later on, Akaris Gray came. And they were all there that morning when the fire was there. And so these are facts that are being gathered, and these would be some of the facts that would determine whether or not this was an attempt. And the former president does not live there. So why would you go and attempt on his life? Just basic common sense tell you he doesn't live there. How will you go to make an attempt on somebody's life in a house that's vacant? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And if it doesn't make sense, then we don't make sense out of it.
All right. Terry, you want to speak to that before I go back to Keta?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. So the thing is just simple, and Mr. Sigweja nailed the thing right on the head. You claim that the president, the people trying to assassinate the former president, but the place where in that I was asking from the reporter whether if the president was there, and the reporter clearly stated that the president was not there. So who will want to go make assassination attempt on a president or a person that is not in the house that you go into point? What sense does that make? You know, but here is the thing. President Weah now is the government's responsibility. President Weah has security protecting him that is being paid by the state.
Correct.
Anything goes wrong with President Weah, former President Weah now, the blame will be on Joseph Boyka. You really think Joseph Boyka now, who's looking for money with international community, want to get himself in that kind of trouble? Number one. Number two, the man is the biggest opposition party political leader right now and a former president, which is completely the responsibility of the state. So former president now is taking like a chicken egg. That is what when I saw people running to the airport, they say, oh, the security, why the security got to go there? You don't know that the man you're following behind, who is your former standard bearer, is also a former president. The responsibility of the state to protect his life against any potential threat.
Yep.
You see, so the former president, we are as a standard bearer that you used to know, is not that same person today. He's a state responsibility. In as much as y'all won't be jumping all over the plane, all of that. So if the state has these people protecting the life of the president, God forbid, if anything won't happen, these same people, the state will not can pass through them. So I really don't understand those things, and I think that citizens need to change their perception. It will help them a little bit, because apparently some of these simple things that they're supposed to know, I find it difficult for them to understand it. Former President Weah is a former president until he died. No matter who become president, he is the state's responsibility. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Keta.
Thank you. When I listening to the learned Dr. Malik Jones talking about CDC or the opposition thing is a banana republic, my question goes to Mr. Malik Jones. Where were you when the Unity Party or chairman Horst Gutter fire and burn? There was a whole interview for almost 15 minutes when the now director for LPRC, Amos Tue, who is the Secretary General of the Unity Party as we speak, said the government were trying to assassinate the chairman of the party. I bet at that time you were not in Liberian politics. I bet at that time you were trying to write your paper to get your doctorate degree, so you were not paying attention to Liberia at that time. I bet at that time, Mr. Mali, probably you were sitting somewhere just disregarding Liberian politics.
They're eating tawagi.
Yeah, you didn't know about that. You have no idea. You have no idea about that. Today, because CDC chairman is accusing the government Now Liberia has become a banana republic. Do you see how deceptive this kind of conversation is? This man is a sitting, the former president, for God's sake. Something happened in his bedroom. It calls for investigation. I will not jump to conclusion to say the government trying to attack him, but I think it's fair game. And people think today, because they were yesterday lying, they were preaching some of the worst propaganda ever. Because they are in power today, the propaganda that they cook, the thing they will not eat it today. No, they will eat it. And because they eating it, they say, oh, we can't do this again. Liberia gotta be this country. We can't continue doing this. Y'all cook the food for us to eat. We always sit and eat it. And I always say on this platform, where were the moral voices? Even the Bwaka man himself could not even stop a so-called prophet key from insulting a president grandmother who is on the ground. Today, if somebody just say President Bwaka is inept, people won't jump over the Eiffel Tower. Can you imagine that?
Okay, let me break in, Mike. Mike, are you there?
Yeah, Mr. So I'm here.
I know you're kind of late here. But yeah, put in the context before we go. I know it's very late.
I think usually political leaders or politicians will want to say things that will certify them, but when you look at the incident that occurred at the Weah's property, again, what will somebody, one of the panelists was saying, why would somebody want to harm somebody to where they know it's not the usual place the person can be? The person, the sense, if you look at the sense, it's not connecting, no connection of such. Again, usually politicians, what I observe from my own independent perspective, they will usually want to do something or say things that will certify the public or their supporters to have some level of empathy on them or sympathy on them. That's how they usually do it. Even when the United Party was on the other side, similar thing they used to say. So again, the fire service should be the one to investigate, even though there have been some skepticism that the fire service does not have the capacity to investigate a fire incident. But this is the agency of government that we give the authority to deal with the issue of fire in the country. So what the government need to do is just to support it, to make it independent, to have their own independent report on whatever fire incident, even the Capitol building incident, where they have to bring some experts from the U.S. to before they come up with the report. Again, politicians will want to say things that will certify themselves or things that will amuse their supporters. So, but the technician will do the report to come up with it. So for me, that's what I can say. But that property is one of the many properties of ex-president Weah, and President Weah by law is protected by state security. The government of Liberia fully protecting until whether he will go for re-election or not, until he dies from this earth. He will be almost everything of his immunity. 50% is still going to him. The same with all of the former president and vice president in Liberia. So he's not just an ordinary person here. I just want to confirm that.
See you.
Okay. So let me come here.
1 minute, please. I beg you, before I forget. I get me old now. When people like Akaris Gray go on Spoon TV and says that the EPS that is assigned to George Weah is under government salary, and the government can manipulate them to go and set the house on fire is reckless. And I think Mike just made an excellent point about oppositions that are in power and trying to get back in power and what their sentiments are. And Akara's Gray happens to be one of the first person initially that was at the fire scene. So those things are being said directly, just like Mike said. And I hope, Mike, I'm kind of late, but I hope you can come to the show sometime to give us your 2 cents because you're underground. Because what you're saying as an analyst or as your contribution to this show, I think is very valuable. And I want to say thank you for being on this late.
Okay, I think we have had a long
much.
discussion on this yet. Maybe 20 minutes to go. I think Dr. Mali made his point here. Let's come to it. Dr. Mali, I know you had a talking point. Can we just kind of like profile it quickly?
Yes.
Why is this so significant?
My talking point?
Yeah, so why is it so significant? We should, call in. Go ahead, Mali.
Yeah, I think this talking point is very important because it involves the EULA, it involves the diaspora.
Oh, okay.
You see, yes, the president attempt to get involved with the diaspora directly, I think it's a problem. And organizing, giving 2 slots, an office in the office of the president for the diaspora, I think it is wrong. And also having an office in the executive mansion in the foreign affairs office for the diaspora, I think it is wrong. It's wrong in the sense that we have the EULA group. Even though I found problem with EULA, I found a serious problem with it. But I think if the government had just withdrawn from this thing and allowed EULA to come into the picture despite their differences. But if I went on the diaspora conference website, are all unity partisans sitting down there. So what is the role of the neutral person? I'm now unity party person. And all the people sitting down there and they're having a diaspora conference and it's limited to certain number of people. Some people will have the mindset that this is a clique. Unity Party stroke diaspora conference project. And so I think it's wrong. But again, I want to suggest that it will rather serious because today, if His Excellency or the Unity Party is out of power, those 2 offices in the executive mansion, one in the executive mansion and one in the foreign ministry, they will be shut down by the next government. Even this diaspora conference, it could even be closed down because it was set up by the government. So my suggestion here is EULA is on the ground, even though they are performing all over the place, and they didn't say they are fragmented in some sense. But let EULA take the initiative and have a standing committee on diaspora conference where they will have traditional leaders in Liberia on our slot, the student representation, the women representation, the chief involvement, then the diaspora themselves involvement, including the churches. Then you have that standing committee. You can ask government for funding. You see, you can ask government for funding and you carry on because they have reconciliation in our package. And you can't go sit down in DC and talk about reconciliation when the victims, they are way in the bush. So annually, we can have the conference here. We can have the conference in Liberia. All right. Then the next thing now is how to get diaspora involved here. That is another problem. Who are the diaspora? When our own refugees came, try to come to America, you have Ghanaians, you have Nigerians, buying slot, Liberian slot to come to America. Some of the guy came, they have metamorphosed from the traditional grouping. Now they call themselves Liberians. Everybody on a hustle. So who is the diaspora right now? It's confusing. No one has reached out to me. So my suggestion here is that the government should get out of this thing here so we achieve the real objective of these type of conferences. They are good. So Dr. Don is there. No one know who he is. He probably running after his own project. Probably the last thing is maybe he looking for a job. So it's like the people come with a whole lot of honor sleeve objective. You see? So it's a good idea, but it needs to be revisited, and the government should get out of it. And then EULA, even though they're struggling, take over and settle this thing with transparency. I yield.
Okay. Well, what a firing point.
Dr. Mali went for the cripple.
CEO, the people asking for you to put a number of the one calling.
Okay. Okay. I think Mike is off now.
But
so
Keto, you co-host now?
Well, let me
or what? You co-host or what? Dr. Mali here, then you acting the co-host in front of him?
I come into what
Dr. Mali being absent for so long, we're trying to suspend him.
Can I chime into what Dr. Mali just said?
No, security analyst.
Let me put a number on here quickly.
That is security analyst. Sit on here.
You know, get on one for the sedition to fall.
No, I said sit on here.
You said we're gonna talk.
Yeah, we got like 15 minutes to go now. So
no, just quick.
Yeah, people.
Just quickly, why you put the number up? I mean, Mali hit a lot of points, and I can tell you the first time this effort was made, and I continue to say that, well, when Torber invited EULA to Liberia in the 70s, when EULA was newly founded, they had that level of respect.
Okay, let's have carry on while we will focus before we wrap up here.
Yeah, well, you know, EULA had that respect and that ability for the president of the Republic of Liberia to invite EULA to Liberia to sit at the table and have a conversation. And for me, I'm going to treat this with an open mind to see what comes out of this, and then we can step in and see what suggestions we can make to people in the higher up. But initially, I told you, the message might be good, but the messenger that delivered the message is the one that can destroy it.
Right.
That can destroy a good message. So I think the leadership, I would leave it open to see what comes out of this, what kind of report comes out of this before I can go into making my own comments or suggestions as to how I think this thing can work. Because I can tell you, such a diaspora conference should have been held regionally first to galvanize people, and it should be held at a place where we know that people can come and speak freely. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead quickly before I take this call here.
Yeah.
But
no.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Take the call. Okay.
4333356. Good evening, caller.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stoll. This is Prince Sharif. How are you, sir?
Good. How are you, Prince?
Well, this evening I am frustrated. I am in a mood.
You are?
And right now, I say I'm in a mood of shock. I am shocked at what's happening, especially here in the United States. Mr. So, and to your panelists, I want to say good evening to all and to the audience. Mr. So, I see what is happening, especially by the Boyka-led administration, to turn a very reputable institution that should be balanced, that should be speaking on the Liberian people's behalf, that should have absolutely no connection or should not be the backbone of the government or any individual in this government, to see Mr. Boyka trying to subdue or trying to reduce the diaspora organization that should be talking for all Liberians and raising issue of critical concern, to turn this diaspora organization into one of his cultural group or one of his auxiliary. I am disappointed. I am seriously disappointed. And for anybody to use this particular platform or this media to hail or to praise such a move at Boyka, I think it is unfair to the Liberian people. The reason for which Mr. So, these organizations, whether be in the diaspora or in Liberia, these different, a pressure group, or one would say Liberia organizations and etc., they are established, is to ensure that they continue to checkmate government and speak on the people's behalf. But if today we will see Mr. Boyka using agents within Yola, putting them on table and making them to feel that, so we can sit down, we can talk. Then these are some of the things that we think that it is unfortunate that nobody to speak for the Liberian people. Absolutely nobody. To see members of Yola, I mean, a reputable institution and people of character, people who don't need to beg Boyka for job, that when they hear they can work 2-3 jobs, to see these people compromising the interest of Yola, the very reason for which it was established, to go to Boyka and kowtow before him and bow down before him, is fearful. And I think that anybody that is associated with Yola must begin to condemn this particular, one would say, dictatorial rule or this kleptocratic move by the government of trying to subdue Yola to be part of one of its auxiliary. I think it's something that we must condemn. Yola, like any other institution, should be as independent as possible. But again, we understand. These were the same people that were used to condemn His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh yesterday. There were some of these people. We said it yesterday that these people are agents of this particular unity party. These people, we said it to Liberian yesterday that anything President Weah will do, or anything that he did in the future yesterday, all the things that he did, they condemn it. How you call a website condemning these things, which in my view, to some extent, I can say yes. That's why these institutions are there for, to checkmate government. That when government is going, let's say, no, that's the way it's supposed to go. You must represent the people and not represent the government. So that's why when you call, when I pick up the phone, I say, right now, I am frustrated. These are some of my frustrations. What is the independent Yola that is supposed to be speaking for the people of Liberia? Today, Yola has now become an auxiliary of the Unity Party, Mr. So. Mr. So, where we go, Mr. So? Mr. So, who will talk for all that, Mr. So? Who will talk for us? So it is Yola that we depend on to speak for us. They have become members of the Unity Party. Prince, are trying to sugarcoat these people, Mr. So.
Prince, welcome to the party.
Prince, okay,
Prince, welcome to the party.
Okay, thank you so much. But okay, let's hear from the other rescue side. Now, that's what we get her from the reaction. Let's hear from the rescue side before we go back.
Prince is doing crying? I don't know.
Is that Prince Sherry crying?
Yeah.
They were crying. They're not crying. They just Mr. So.
I'm gonna tell you, who crying there? Me not crying, man. They just playing fun.
Prince is amazing. Prince just for the drama.
We don't put a drop up in the fire here, then the crying time is there. I think
you want pepper or?
Because of diaspora meeting, he crying. They used to say Baga speaking. They said Baga can't hear again.
We're in a serious problem.
Institution. Anyway, we are crying because the internet of this institution have been compromised.
Hold on. Yeah.
We are crying before the reason why we are crying this institution to speak on the Liberian people's behalf.
Yeah, Prince.
We have become an auxiliary of this government.
Well, we see this thing happen. That shouldn't be a new thing. We are seeing this. Let Roland, not Roland. Let Clarence speak his own side. Let you tell your own side. Clarence.
See you, that crowd under that crocodile over there. Nobody thinking about treasury there. Listen, the fact that the matter, the government is moving. We don't listen to them, man. We don't follow whether we are on course. The treasury look at the government and call the government a cryptocratic government. I think the lawmaker said about CDC, he tried, to drag a municipality to it. This government, no time like America, any American say not make a government official, I condemn their government. They say the president spoke beautiful English. But the reason why I called tonight is concerning the Sekoka issue that Terry talked about. Sekoka, they're not only visitor or Joe here. He contributed $100 bags of cement with $1,500. We are aware of it.
Oh.
So the Sekoka and CDC lucky, they will go and get Sekoka as the vice president. But 2029, we talk for ASEAN. So Sekoka, that was told somebody to that say Sekoka see that a neighbor country that he can sour fire, let it go ahead. But then that would be the greatest mistake ever CDC will ever make in their lifetime. The big saying or the Sekoka good to go at vice president. We said it now looking. Sekoka and myself on the same district. So I'm not dreaming about Sekoka who say, oh, Sekoka will carry or won't go on their ticket. CDC like it today, let them go with Sekoka. We are second watching. Because if you feel that neighbor is getting it, it's just a play, that you go down and say, you play any kind of political game, I want you a working neighbor. So they had, I think the CDC should look for different vice president, instead of considering Sekoka to go and vice president to them. That would be the last part display ever to CDC in life. Thank you for the show, CEO.
Okay, thank you so much, Prince. We're about to wrap out. Let me go back to the analyst.
To just conclude,
where you conclude again? Where you conclude?
To just conclude, Mr. Soul, to just conclude. You know, these are some of the things that we continue to say. When you have a
hold on. Somebody else calling. Hold on. You conclude. Okay. Let me just take this person. Hello, caller.
Yeah, how you doing, everybody?
Good. How you doing? Okay, let's hear you.
But my concern on this is talking about the diaspora conference. The diaspora conference that they having is still open to every Liberian, be it black, web, blue, pink person, like can go to the diaspora, or is it selected people that go to the diaspora conference? And my second question I would like to ask is, the Coca is talking about, there's somebody Coca tell him that CDC recruiting him to be vice president. He coming on and talking about to say CDC and the CDC people and the Coca and he the salary watcher and they told him say they're going to get Coca to be vice president, or he just assumed it. Because now, Kuti and the Unity Party people only assume something, they will run away for the whole year to make it to be true in their mind. But my problem now, because all of they seem to the talk show and thing, say now talk, we are not one. For me, I don't want to divide like people because our family in that world. But the division in that brain is something that we all need to sit and worry, or we need to put people together. If Prince Harry is crying and he's feeding, he can't feel shed tears for all hurting me. Well, it will start to test my they cry here, they can't play and I get fire here. No problem, that's 6 years. The same way job we are living after 2 years, just about different after 10 years, that we must just be united. All my own concern. We shouldn't be dividing like pure. Because when I think about Liberia is completely divided. But your own family there they are divided because they green and blue. And Liberia, all only I don't think anyone also a D of Liberia that say that you have property on a job, we have property on a communist property. They say the Liberia owns Liberians.
Right.
The Liberia people, they would own Liberia, so we need to be one and unite. Because the politicians will make their money, and we that are with them, we the one are suffering. Your own family can speak to you. In front of any politician, they put them making people money. They don't care for today. Their children are living good life. But you go down there, you don't want blue pocket division. after the election or after the 6 years, they all packing the clothes, go Ivory Coast, go Dubai, go America, go London, and you that put division in a you're beginning to suffer. So I always say that when people will need to unite, Liberia is for everyone. Or before you become blue, before you become green, we're all Liberians. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. We do appreciate. I think Prince are crying. Prince, Prince can't cry.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Prince.
So
Prince concludes. So I will go back to my people quickly.
So to conclude, Mr. Saul, all of us are witnesses of what happened in Liberia. When Mr. Boyka took over as president, the first thing was to disrespect the rule of law and decide to do things his own way. We saw what happened because he wanted absolute control and absolute power. He went to the House of Representatives and decided that he will remove a legitimate speaker only because he wanted a regime speaker, in the word of Richard Kung. He wanted a regime speaker to be there so we can say yes sir to him. Today we are seeing what is happening at every level, including institutions that are autonomous institutions that have any position. Worker remove those people and put in his own people because he wants to be the law and the gospel all by himself. We saw what happened at the level of the Supreme Court, where when the Chief Justice was retiring, where the president is supposed to be, he refused to attend that program, but at the same time, he was having another program for another Chief Justice that he was about to induct into office. These are all signs that are terrible and that we must continue to speak on. When you have a president that wants absolute control, he wants all of the organs, independent organs in the country and out of the country to be under his wings and caprices that he can control, then it means that our democracy is under threat. Today, we are seeing people being threatened. Look at what happened. The doctor's report from those who are in prison. According to the medical report, these people were threatened. Only for the judge to come out and say, we'll proceed with this case. But thank God the Supreme Court put a stay order on it and that they will be hearing it. These are things that we are afraid of.
Thank you so much.
These things will happen. These are recipes for chaos. And that's why we want to use this occasion before I learn to call on the international community. We think that the government of Mr. Joseph Numa Boyka has disrespected international protocol and this man should be arrested immediately, or there will be a citizen arrest for Boyka if he be careful before he leaves the United States. Because he has offended and have disrespected international protocols.
Yeah,
Citizen
arrest?
Are threatening. Like, yes, I'm saying arrest. I'm saying arrest. I repeat. If nothing is done, we are calling on the international community. We are calling on the gate to immediately have Mr. Boyka arrested because
thank you so much.
Our people in Kinjor. This man must be arrested. He will not stay down here in this United States and be under the ambience of the United Nations until he will walk around scot-free. Or we,
thank
the Liberian people,
all right.
or we, the people.
Okay, Prince, we gotta go. Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye. Oh,
Keto.
Keto?
Yeah. Keto don't want to
hear me?
I'm asking, will you be part of the citizen arrest for President Boyka?
Keto is happy.
Well, if the Liberian people say they want to arrest him, well, so be it. Who am I to stop them? But this is the thing, this is the thing. I wanted to give my brother Prince some information. Yola has not been bought by this government. So former leaders of Yola, people that were entrusted before, who were leader of Yola, that supported, that undermined President Weah government, people who sat here and criticized President Weah government, who are no more, they are no more part of Yola when it comes to leadership. They are the ones that President Boyka recruited in his government and turning against Yola. I wish my brother Prince is listening. Turning against Yola. I'm on Yola, but we have been talking this thing. Today is Yola Convention. Yola Convention starts today in Indiana. While they are in Indiana having convention, Joseph Boyka is having diaspora meeting. But you see how poorly it was attended. It was poorly attended because the organizer decided to carry a minute group of people who he thought that he could rally around to see they can take business to Liberia, leaving the vast majority of our people, on the sideline.
Thank you, Keto. Dr. Mali? We're closing.
Yes.
Please, we're 1 minute each. We gotta go already out of time.
Yes. I just wanted to make
I
one point of correction.
don't want to stay long here before they call for my arrest.
The point of correction I wanted to make here is that it's about CDC. And Keto just misquoted me. I said we should get due process to everything in our country. And the CDC should learn how to respect this government in power. This is the government. There's no two-way about it. We have one president right now, and we have a former president. Even though sedition are in denial, they still call former president we are president we are. These are the banana tactics we need to do away with. And one of the banana tactics again is something happened and you jump into conclusion. The United Party did it. That was a banana tactics. Let me repeat it now. It's wrong. Let us respect the government. You see what happened to the airport? The police is not Joseph Boakai police. The police is the police of the Republic of Liberia. We should learn how to respect the police. When the police draw the line and says, don't come here, just obey and comply. But if sedition are going down there, they don't see themselves as partisan. They see themselves as militant. That's concerning. The airport feature visitors that go there. People who come to the airport, when you see
over 1 minute, Mr. So.
Oh, over 1 minute. Okay, I yield. This platform is the platform of rule of law. I yield.
You see, I mean, only people are they don't want to. You know what? Before I go to Mr. Collins and that of Moses, let me say, sometimes gonna sound ridiculous because you know I'm sick and tired.
The platform.
Dr. Mali, I think I'm sick and tired. I think it's time there should be some sort of legislation because this sort of consistent behavior, and not just here, it being ongoing. This sort of mind, this sort of idea, president coming, the other minister coming, and then the entire government sees down, people going and just lining up, abandoned government responsibility. People supposed to sign their document that day. You're not going to get anything signed. Foreign diplomats, other expatriates, business people, people traveling, it inconvenience people. I thought of somebody, I don't know. I mean, people can go meet. I think it should be because these things is not. I think we need to find a way out where people will just leave their entire work. Because when people leave on our plane, when they go, there's a president coming, former president coming, the other president coming. Because those guys there from people from everywhere, they drum their part, they're standing by. By the time you put them in the truck, they will go. But people, they fail to realize that it's an international transit point. People coming, people leaving. People got to catch their flight to go and all of that. And then you go every other time we have these things. I don't know what are they thinking that the sort of picture that it shows out there, you know, only maybe security personnel and special details, you know, go there and few people, but the idea of taking whole group of people in trucks, people hinting on car. Come on, what kind of civilized country? I don't see that. Maybe my eyes, I get eyes trouble. I don't see that when it's happening in Ghana and other places. Maybe few people will go there, but to just charter buses, whether you're president or you former president or you this person, I mean, it has become like a routine.
No, but CEO,
any other person they're gonna go, and that's an internet. Because what that happens, and I'm thinking of so many things here. We are in a volatile society. Security. Anybody can throw anything down there, and they're just going to kill people for no reason. But you say, there was something here. It is dangerous. The airport, we see how things can happen in other places. The people are doing it. It's just that Liberia is a blessed nation. But remember, we just came from a civil war. It's so good the drugs won't go in there. But the way the drugs are doing it, they were doing explosive like that, then maybe nobody in that country. But it's dangerous. It's dangerous to the health, to the safety of the president, ordinary citizen, ordinary people who are traveling, business tycoon, people who just invest up. Maybe that there sometimes some people just on a plane, they wear their little t-shirt just to come and see for themselves. Then you go there, you see everything just upside down, people, tears gas there, people eyes watering and all of that. Do you think if there was an investor on that flight, you think they want to come back? They'll feel that there's insecurity. The country is unstable. Nobody want to go invest into a place like nobody want to do a Fanti-Nep business. Fanti-Nepa, they always putting down water, it can't hold anything. I think there's a time that national government, when the president comes in, security details, special people assigned with the president for the protection of the president, even a former president, but to just have bosses pick up people just running. I don't. It's in a modern society. It's not good. That's my own take. Moses.
Well, thank you for that narrative, brother. And let me say something to what's his name? Who was on just now from Connecticut? Sharif.
Sure, not from Connecticut.
Where's he from?
From Maryland.
Okay, Maryland. Sharif from Maryland. Oh, he was right there. That's why he's so passionate. He speaks so passionate because they probably shut the door in his face when he went down there. But let me say this on a serious note. What all these young cats need to do to understand that EULA is no longer, doesn't have the strength it had before. Most of the people that you see that have boycotted EULA have used EULA for the stepping stone for position in Liberia. It's been going on for over 30, 40 years that I can remember. And the other day, Mr. Toh were on here and we're talking about some of those things back in the early 80s when EULA was very strong and vibrant. And so to see those things happen, we have people in EULA administration who left when the government took over, especially under Ellis administration. In fact, first it happened with Charles Taylor. When that election happened, they left leadership and went to Liberia and just abandoned EULA. So EULA has always had those problems. And I think that since the coup really was when EULA turned to that. Prior to the coup, EULA was strong, and they spoke in unison. I can attest to that because I witnessed when Talbot invited them. The other thing here is that we talk about the airport thing, and CEO, unfortunately, you weren't there, and your sentiment is some of the things that we share. You see, the airport is a transit system, is a transit point for the Republic of Liberia, a major transit point. The only way this thing going to stop, it needs to be privatized.
Yes.
When you privatize the airport, where do you know in any country that the government owns an airport? And appoint people?
That's 100%.
If it privatize, the company decides on how they operate to accommodate people and what the restrictions are. And we have the access control and the territorial reinforcement. They will be able to do all of those things. You don't go to the airport if you're not traveling. You want me somebody meet them to the house when they come home.
And that's why, most. And I think that's why. It's amazing. Now you do that. This reception, okay, it's good. You welcome your leader, but we have Sarah Hall. We have Banker Hall. Let them go there and go meet.
Yeah, go meet somewhere else.
Don't want making custom people to mess your flight and going through hustle.
There's a lot of fees. Go to shuffling fee. Go to Ganave fee. Then the person come there when they come from the airport. You destructing. Listen, you go to the airport, you obstructing businesses from going on. The MCC will come in the same time with those people piled up over there. The people coming to investigate. Let me just say this also to Cherie, then I'll be done. Our people, we need to stop talking about the international community need to come do that. They need to come. The international community got their own problem. They're not here to police everybody. You got motorcycle people that say we're calling on an international. What's wrong with our people? So something happened, they run to the American embassy. We have a legitimate sovereign country and government. The people can't do nothing to anybody. They can't come and arrest people. Just please understand that.
Let it
People stop
for
using the term that the
Also,
international community come and do something because they were
can you
not doing
correct?
it.
Can
They
you
were
correct
not coming.
Mr. Sebi? He said something that's not accurate.
Listen, that's my opinion. How you tell me what?
No, I'm talking about your opinion. I'm talking about this an educational piece. I mean, doing it.
No.
You
You
said there's
said.
no
Listen,
airport is
I
owned
said
by
something.
no airport owned by government in the world. JFK is a government-owned airport.
No, it's not.
It's a bastard owned by the government of America. Google search it and see it.
Listen, boss man, we're not talking about that. You're talking about by state owned.
It's government owned.
We're not talking about federal government.
It's the Jersey and New York owned JFK.
It's not federal.
It's government owned. It's government.
It's not federal.
Okay, we can't go into so we'll talk about it. Let the Reverend sound on this evening.
Yeah. So, Mr. So, thank you for the show. And on their 2 cents, I think Koga got one thing on Jeremiah Kuhn that will hurt him. And it is the whole saga of how they move the speaker. I think that is where Koga have a loop, and CDC could capitalize on that particular asset. Politically, propaganda is very important to the political landscape of Liberia. And I think that is what Koga is using to demand from Jeremiah Kuhn things, because he understands the whole entire secret. He got it in his hand. And I think he's holding Jeremiah Kuhn right now by the balls with that. All right. Oh. But when it comes to
the Reverend thought B word to do the boss.
No, that not in that term now, but but the second thing is for CDC to thrive, in my view, like an independent voice, either Gongo Weir will be the right person to go as running mate to former President Weir for 2029. She will gain women's sentiment, and she will also help to split, along with her brother, Tewan Gongo, will help to split Nima County, which will play in for the former president. But like what Dr. Mali said, he don't know how to maintain relationship. Lastly, Prince Sherry is crying because he used AI to enter in the people play to go disturb Joseph Boga, like how he did VP Kun. The people track him down. You know the CDC, they let the AI thing and all the things are AI something. So they track him down. He's now cannot go.
You see, you pastor when you're supposed to console people instead.
I'm listening. You see why you calling me a political pastor? You see that?
That's why not politics.
Who told you analysis? CDC want your analysis. We don't want it.
That is not politics. Yeah, but look at what the man did to Jeremiah Kuhn. So you think the whole entire Dr. Don was told specifically, said there's a guy that called Prince Sherry. Look for him.
And,
so they made sure to look for him.
So are you seeing the post surveillance on him? They are telling
Thank you for the show, Mr.
You know, a good review. I don't know how you can. I don't know how you can get your congregation.
Jerry.
Okay,
yeah, I think the Red War. I think he wanted to polish the thing a little bit and get us started feeling bad. Joe Weir, he's on record of mismanaging coalition. That's it right there. The idea is mismanaging.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
You're good. Don't mind people.
No, let me tell the man from Foya who disintegrated the CPP. They say coalition. Joe Weir, associated. Joseph Boaka is synonymous to this organization. This is the reason why he disorganized the diaspora.
Go and ask Joy Howard Taylor. She's evidence.
No. Go and
The man
ask
don't know how to
you
manage
or
information.
any Alexander Cummings. Alexander Cummings are evident. Joseph Boga came to go and sat in the course. I don't
But
know
you
this
don't
man.
know
Let me
that
fill that
political
document.
strategy made Joseph Boga won the election. You don't know that was a
That the city doing in
political
America,
plot.
yeah, using
So,
Yola
Keto,
former
so Keto,
officials
why you
to
want to know that Joseph Boga? So, Keto, why you want to know that Joseph Boga? Why you
Gentlemen,
wear hat?
you're good
Mr.
now.
Security Analyst.
Why you
You're
wear
good.
hat?
No uncover unity partisan.
You're good now, Papa. You're bad. Let me go. All right, Colin, thank you so much. Folks, we want to thank you so much for the time this evening. By God's willing, we'll be back here. Tomorrow was Saturday. Saturday, we're going to be also on the side here tomorrow. So Sunday, we're going to be back here with more editions of programming. Until then, hey, Amadou, long time. How you doing, my man? Welcome, Helena. How are you? Hope everything is going. You don't allow these guys on the network, their tabata care your blood pressure off with their thing they say, well, everybody can tell their own. Thank you so much. Esther, thank you so much. Please send that video. If we're going to do like a video or whatever, you can send it to the number. It's on WhatsApp, 783-363-5939. Any other information that just want, we kind of like IMO ingredient to A before we can start rolling it. I'll blast it or whatever. Any other thing, just share with me too, and then we can blast it on both Facebook and YouTube. The 78781-363-5939 is available via WhatsApp. All right. Thank you so much. And guys, have a pleasant evening. Bye-bye.